Good day, Father Matt Williams here. Today is Holy Thursday. We've made it to the Sacred Triduum. Great job. We've been feasting to fast. And now, by the grace of the Lord and all that blessed investment of feasting and fasting, we will celebrate with greater joy, greater faith, greater hope, greater love than ever, the Sacred Triduum of our Savior. So tonight, Holy Thursday, is the celebration of the institution of the Eucharist, the institution of the Holy Priesthood, and this great commandment to love one another as Jesus Christ has loved us, symbolized in the washing of the feet of the apostles. What's interesting is when in verse 4, so we're looking at, John's Gospel, chapter 13, verses 1 through 17. In verse 4, it says that he rose from supper, laid aside his garments, and tied a towel around him. And that word about laid aside his garments, earlier on in John's Gospel, chapter 10, verses 17 and 18, Jesus says that he lays down his life and he takes it up again. In other words, that the Father has given him complete power and authority, and no one takes his life, but he lays it down freely. And it's fascinating that that same verb about laying down his life and taking up his life is also the same verb about laying down his garment and putting a towel around him. And later on, he picks up his garment again, takes it up again. And it's fascinating, and I think it means this, right? So just as Jesus is sent by the Father to lay down his life for us, for our salvation and our redemption, so also does he serve in the same capacity. Laying down his garments and putting on the towel, it's that when he serves, it's a complete gift of himself, a laying down of himself in service and love to his neighbor, in this case, the apostles. And this is the example he would say, I have given you all an example to follow. And this is the reality of service, right? Service is not just like, oh, I did this good deed for someone and then I move on, or I just did this for someone. Service is not just about checking off the box. Service is about a complete gift of yourself to the person before you, to Christ before you, a laying down of your life to them. Mind, heart, body, soul, and spirit. So as he lays down his garment, it's the reality that he lays down his life in service to his neighbor. And then he says in verse 15, as I mentioned, for I have given you an example that you also should do as I have done to you. So as we prepare to celebrate Holy Thursday, I invite you to take some time and just use some imaginative prayer. Just pray with this washing the feet. This is the gospel you hear tonight. God bless you. See you tomorrow.